Tested. It's just backwards.
There's no way on the camera.
It's just well, or here.
Like when you record video with that camera and play it back, it's not mirrored.
No, I think it's this thing that's doing it. I'm gonna go do that one.
Sure, they get.
Yeah, except that if you're in a restaurant up in any city right now, that's a lot of lost jobs.
Yeah, I'm sure there are plenty.
In Holmes County, honestly.
Yeah, a lot of places have taken that.
Okay, good morning. It is good to see you here. Last Sunday, Inge and I were gone. We went to Lakeside for the weekend, and I was thinking today as we were preparing for the service, it feels good to be back in church and worshiping. When we take that out of our routine, it's just different. Today, you've come prepared to worship. There is a special message I think Christ has for each of us, and I hope our hearts are ready for that. We are going to start with a song out of 107 out of the Blue Hymnal, and again, you're welcome to follow along or hum or whatever you feel comfortable with. I know there's some people in the parking lot, I think, listening, so I just want to introduce who's up front. We have Zach Boyd, Kelsey Hosteller, Inga, and myself are just be leading the song. We're going to do an a cappella. So 107, Blessed Savior, we adore thee. And we're going to go from verse 3 right into verse 4 without the chorus. Blessed Savior, we adore thee, we thy love and grace proclaim. Thou art mighty, thou art holy, glorious is thy matchless name. Glorious is thy name, glorious, glorious is thy name, glorious, glorious is thy name, O Lord. Glorious is thy name, glorious, glorious is thy name, glorious, glorious is thy name, O Lord. Great Redeemer, Lord and Master, light of all eternal days, let the saints of every nation sing thy just and endless praise. Glorious is thy name, glorious, glorious is thy name, glorious is thy name, O Lord. Glorious is thy name, glorious, glorious is thy name, glorious is thy name, O Lord. From the throne of heaven's glory to the cross of sin and shame, thou didst come to die our ransom, guilty sinners to reclaim. Come, O come, immortal Savior, come and take thy royal crown. Come and reign forever, be thy kingdom all thy own. Glorious is thy name, glorious, glorious is thy name, glorious, glorious is
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Berlin Mennonite Church this morning. We are glad that you are worshiping with us. Wherever you are coming from this morning, whether you're in the sanctuary here, whether you're in the parking lot, there are many different ways to experience God this morning. I think we can all appreciate in this time of stress what it means to be together, to worship God together. At this time, if there's announcements, if you come forward, I don't know if there's any announcements that folks have.
Good morning. I just want to remind people watching online and here that we won't be doing family nights this coming fall, but instead a book study. So book study Art is a professor at Messiah University now. And he wrote a book on race in the church. And 2020 has been a big year for us, but I did want to take some steps forward and just have some discussion with what it means to be faithful followers of Jesus in regards to this. So I'll be leading a book study. I believe there's 9 chapters in the book. I was thinking an hour-long study, a chapter per Wednesday night, beginning October 21st. Please let me know if you're interested. It's going to be on Zoom to try and, I just thought that'd be the best way to go for now. So if you're interested, just let me know. There is a discount we can get for books if we order together. So if I could know by next week, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
I didn't have audio.
A while back, and Joe Pomeranian Hospital had asked that we would provide some boxes of groceries that they can send home to people who don't have support systems when they're sent home on quarantine. We gave them 10 boxes, and they cost about $35 each. And they called last week and said that they used all 10 of those and wondered if we could do that again. And I said, I think we can do that. So actually, I have 9 boxes spoken for. I just need 1 more box, and I'm willing to do grocery shopping. So if you're interested in sponsoring 1 box of $35, see me afterwards and we can chat. Thanks.
There are no other announcements. I should make an announcement. There is Children's Church today. We will be releasing the kids right before the message, so we'll let you know when to go back for Children's Church. Also, the annual business meeting is this afternoon, I guess right after church. And so if you are staying, we're also going to do the business meeting by Zoom at home. So if you are listening, you can also, there's an email that was sent out to be able to connect to the business meeting via Zoom as well. As we move into our call to worship this morning, how many of you are anxious this morning? I get asked quite a bit these days, what's the anxiety level in our community right now? As a counselor, it's amazing how often I think people just reflect on our time, what we're in as far as the COVID-19 here in our culture. Also, the political climate we're in now, there is going on right now. And as I was reflecting just in the last week, how important it is to be together as a faith community, to worship God together. Because I think at this time, what I'm hoping for, and people ask me this as well, is what do we hope for? What's our hope? What can we hope for in anxious times? And this morning, talking with Jeff in his message today, is the beginning of a series on the mission of the church and what we at Berlin are called to. And I think this is an exaggeration, but I haven't worked in a series and I've been about a sermon series in a long time. Because I think we're in need of hope. We're in need of good news. I think this Sunday and this time more than we've ever been. And so this morning, I'm going to take a risk here. I didn't tell my family this. And so what I want to do is just play a song that's been on my mind a lot in the last week. I don't like to play in front of church, especially when I'm having a guitar. It's easier just to play mandolin back here and not play. But I think Dave Beach was able to get the word of that. So let me grab the guitar here real quick. So how many of you are familiar with this song? I've never sang it before. Wow. Jeff a little bit. Lucy Shank has heard this song before. This is a song that's about 100 years old. It was in a supplemental worship guide, I think, put out by the church, and I saw it, and it's a song that I think has stuck with me. Mary Edgar, who was the woman who wrote the lyrics to the song, was a camp counselor. She was a director of a girls' camp, actually. And this last week, I think the words, if you look at the verses before we play it here. Verse 4 for me this morning was I think especially a moving verse. It says, like the arching of the heavens, lift my thoughts above. Turn my dreams to noble action, ministries of love. And so I think just the words this morning, I just ask you to listen to the words, maybe because I don't want you to listen to my playing as much, but I do want you to listen just to the words as we sing together. So I'll start playing here, and if you're able to sing along, I ask you to sing along here too. God, touches earth with you, make with your spirit, we got it. Like the with you, and then you can sing along with us. It was meaningful. If you join me in the song "Sing the Journey," number 134. If you turn to 134. For those of you who are listening or at home, there is a part just to respond, and the all part is, Lord, let us be like these. Amen. Lord, let us be like these. Amen. So I'll read the first part here, and then if you join me in the last part. People who do not hold tightly to things, because all of God's kingdom is theirs. People who are gentle with the earth will see it blossom forever. People who can cry for all the world's suffering will live to see happiness. People who are hungry and thirst for what is right will finally have their fill. People who really care will find love wherever they go. People who don't let the world get them down will see God. People who make peace happen are God's children. Their own comfort so that others can be helped. Know what heaven is all about. Lord, let us be like these. Amen. I invite the praise team to come forward. Yes, listen to you.
Mark, thank you for those words. Some of the same feelings that you are today. And this song speaks a little bit to the church. Help us to help each other, Lord, each other's load to bear, that all may live in true accord and our joys and pains to share, and it goes on. And I just had to think, and I want us to think about the church and our mission and some of the things that we do with our actions. Our joys and things to share. Help us to build each other. Your strength within us through. Increase our and fill us with your love. Together make us free indeed. Your life within us soul, and into you our everything. Let us in all things true. Drawn by the magnificence of your love, behind our hearts take you. Nearer to you, and nearer to you. The next song was just a reminder this week of what is my relationship to God. And really, I'm a child of God. What do I have to fear? And sometimes I let all the other noise around me. Maybe I fail to remember that. So this is a song, "Good, Good Father." Why don't we stand just to move a little bit? Why don't we stand as we sing this song? And again, really think about your identity here, your identity and what Christ is, what God is telling us.